All right, all right, all right. We're watching Spy and FKS. This is kind of our final duo for the Middle East, unless Kanata and Bleed play together. I don't know. So let's see how they're doing, what they're doing, and how they'll match up against the international competition. So much like we will see in the Invitational, these guys are going to be conned at Tilted, and I mean, pretty much every region, 2 teams land Tilted. There's enough loot. You split it north, south, east, west, however you want to do it. It's big that they get Blimp. I don't know that Acorn and Edgy will let them get Blimp. And when I say let them, not that it's going to be their choice to Spy and FKS win it, but I don't think Acorn and Edgy will just let that go right away. We'll see, though. I don't know. Acorn and Edgy also may just want to play this for where it is. There has been times where 3 teams have been at the drop spot of Tilted Towers, and then it's gone down to 2, back to 3. So there could be 3 teams landing here. There could be 2. I don't really know. Spy and FKS, they played in the Gamers 8 Saudi tournament that I was able to cast. They were okay. They were not great. They weren't terrible, but I do think that they will perform better having that experience of international competition. And I want to just take a quick little step back. Take a peek at what they did here. So they chrome all these chests, and this is really smart because it gives you extra loot. So each chest is going to drop 2 weapons, going to drop the chrome and a regular weapon, as well as ammo for those weapons. So this is really smart. Haven't really seen anyone do this yet. I'm surprised. But it's a really simple thing when you're opening a vault just to get that little bit of extra loot. Never thought about that for opening a vault. So we learned something today here. Thank you, Spy and FKS. So they're just posting up here on Blimp. Who knows if Blimp will be here? If I had to guess, I'm going to say it's not going to be here by the time Invitational comes around. It'll probably move like 3 more times, so it is what it is at this point. And I'm sure the map will change like 3 or 4 more times, so it's not really worth talking about all this. But nonetheless, this is a pretty good spot to be at, especially when you have this oodle amount of loot right under you. FKS, your job, just get tags. Spy, just gonna funnel stuff up. Boom. Thank you for doing that. And we got Ranger shotguns. Hold on. Oh, I gotta go down and around. They have... Okay. So that may not be by choice. It may just be whatever they've found so far. Nonetheless, I've started to see a lot more people pick up the Ranger. I think the damage output and just how much that thing smacks is worthwhile. People will get used to the reload times and how to play them. Nonetheless, these guys just chilling up here. One of the few teams I've seen prioritize the chromes. I think it was the other Middle East team that was playing chromes. So maybe it's more of a regional thing, playing chromes instead of pads. I would have to imagine that they would have found a pad somewhere during their looting of Tilted, but who knows? Maybe they just decided, let's play chromes. I don't necessarily want the pads. And we see exactly where they are. First time, only 150 above, so they got some work to do. And this is a tough spot. You are so high up so you can see everything, but it also makes it harder to hit. You also have to wait a little longer just to be able to hit those shots. So you have to wait for that first shot accuracy to fully close, and you'll wind up getting headshot sniped every once in a while. Just is what it is. Boom. But sometimes you put out the headshot snipes. Love to see that. They are not going to be able to get the finish on that, so nothing really to watch there, just some surge damage. Now, if we look where zone is, one thing I've noticed about Middle East is they love the outside edge of zone. So we'll see. where it goes. Asia was like the most balanced, and then NA is like heavy strong side, heavy dead side. So these guys just hit a pad, get on, or not a pad, hit the rotates from the blimp, little vent thing, get themselves in zone, and they're chilling here. I don't get why replay mode does this anymore, to the point where it's just like you can't see through the cone. This is good. They get zoned. They're in a great power position here in zone, just taking shots at people on edge. Got to be careful though. Getting headshot sniped is a killer here. Yeah, we hear snipes are coming in. Plus, they're looking at a lot of people. If we just look all the players on this side of the map. Oh, wait, no, they're looking north side. But even still, there's a lot of players in that area. Now they're going to look to hold some teams. Those guys will be able to play edge. Get some shots on those players. Not necessarily paying as much attention as they should. Looks like Spy gets sniped, so we got to chill. Okay, and they do pick up a pad. So when they left the blimp, they wound up trading the sniper for a pad. So they have a bunch of movement here. These guys have been super active, too, with the AR fire. Fit zone pulls, they go pretty much immediately here. Using the chromes to get to this big rock. Then chroming once again. This is a tough zone to play. Sometimes you just get lucky, man. They just... There's some loot. Boom! Love to see it. Little upgrade there. Go for the prime, too. Spy leading his team in. Ooh, I don't like that. I think that's necessary somewhat to avoid getting sprayed by this team, but I don't like burying yourself here in fifth zone because, one, it's going to be very difficult to pad out of, and two, if you do use the chromes, you're going to have a tough time phasing through, and yeah, there's just so many people around now, so they're all looking. I would much prefer that rotate out to the other side of this zone, but I also understand why they didn't make that. Gonna pop some bigs. Oh, we got a shot. I want to see how they make this rotate here. Zone's gonna pull down to the southeast. So if I'm them, I'm looking for a place to pad from. That is my primary objective at the moment. They find an elim here. They need to take that in GTFO. Then these teams... What are these guys doing? Spy's 1 HP. He's going to go down in Storm. He's also the one with a pad. So that little bit of greed to me, going for that play. Cool, you can give it a couple of seconds, but if you don't get that like snap immediately, you have to give that up. Because, one, you know you're buried, so you're going to have to fight for some position to get in zone anyway. And we do see FKS is going to be able to make it into this zone. Using the chromes. Little white HP coming back as he's using it. This replay lag is kind of bad for this one. He's going to come back with a knock. So he's able to steal one away. He's going to have more HP than it shows here. He'll have... Okay, just a little bit extra. Interesting, he's still on ulti low here. Trying to find a position out. We see the chromes causing a little bit of trouble for him, but not too bad. Plenty of mats here. Oh, able to get an elim? I like that edit, not dropping somebody down. You see how he hesitated to not drop somebody down there? That's a really smart play, just to be slightly more patient than just immediately going for the drop down. And then he doesn't try and get the finish. Like, he has so many mats, he doesn't need that. Like, if that player just happened to fall into his... Jeez, I can't speak. Into his box, that would have been sweet. Cool. But it didn't happen. So now, just keep on moving. Keep on keeping on. Still has the chrome. Still has plenty of mats. And he's doing a great job of playing from these positions. Seeing what he has around him. Ooh. Okay, I like that move. That was a little sneaky. Definitely comfortable playing with the chromes. Getting front side. Boom. And he's keeping off ulti low, which I really like as a solo. It's harder to hide, in my opinion, as a solo on ulti low, especially when someone has established low ground. This is someone I'm going to try and clean up here if I'm him. That is the player that we're trying to clean up, but I don't think he realizes that's who it was. Really want to follow that player knowing he just got a 2-body refresh plus whatever that player had, and he was weak in Storm. Didn't hear any splashes go on. So I would have looked to be a little more aggressive here. I like getting to all this loot, knowing that this was here. Boom, that's huge. That's a massive refresh. Great intelligence to remember where that was. He's getting cut off here, so now I'm going to have to change. Goes back to using these. And he's probably second height now, if I had to guess. Excuse me. Yeah, he is second height, so he's just going to keep getting pressured. This is a tough position to be in. He has plenty of mats, so he'll be able to chill for a little bit. And just hold this off. But as long as he's keep getting pressured, it's going to be a tough spot to be in. And in 9th... Oh, I guess it's end of 8th, but... In 9th zone, there's not much space to be using the blobs. Now getting pressured once again from below. And there's not too much he could do besides just try and chill and delay this, because if he goes up, he knows he gets pressured. If he goes down, he's going to have to fight a duo. So he's kind of just delaying this to extend as much placement as he can get. Doing a good job of it too. Not being over aggressive. And using the blobs to get himself to front side. I think that's a really smart play. Doing those builds just keep getting shredded. But he's done a really good job of just delaying this game. Like, a lot of players, I think, get too antsy and do too much. Whereas we see he's able to slow this down. Turn himself into a 3rd place. Get some chip damage onto this team. Even gets a knock there. And it looks like there's nothing left in his shotgun. So that's ultimately his downfall. If he was able to have one more shot there, I mean, granted, he's already chipped away damage. So, like, yes, he has shot. It's not as... You run out of shotgun shots. But that was a pretty solid play. He almost turned that into a second, taking down one of the better teams, Cal and Nema from Falcon over on Middle East. I almost said NA East. Nonetheless, I think they're pretty solid. The big thing that surprised me, and I think they need to watch out for, is their positioning in Fit Zone. They had a lot of stuff, and ultimately they got a little too aggro on that refresh right before first moving and caused some issues. But I do like what I saw from FKS, clutching up as a solo, stalling this game to get as much placement as possible. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.